Hello friends, today I will speak about how to master the most relevant current affairs for UPSC Prelims 2024. You all know current affairs form an important chunk and they influence various questions in the paper. But when I talk about your own preparation for current affairs for the examination, many of you may be not confident. Now, current affairs mostly give you a shock, but current affairs should be providing you the power and energy to clear the examination. But usually certain mistakes are being done by the students like you. You regularly buy monthly current affairs magazine. You like the feel of the book, you like the smell of the book, but finally it's lying in the corner of the room and mostly unread or half read. Hence, maybe for the last 1 year, you may be having a compilation of about more than 12 magazines, but mostly half read or unread. And finally, when the examination comes near, then you make a plan, one magazine per day. That is the most disastrous plan. And then you read the current affairs in a very haphazard manner. And finally, you are not able to clear the examination. So, hence, this is a story of most of the students and they fail to master their current affairs. But why current affairs becomes very important for the examination? Because through current affairs, UPSC check your job fitness, your examination fitness, that whether you are job fit for the civil services or not. Now, by putting current affairs, why? Yes, let's see the why. So, UPSC checks how aware are you? How aware are you about your surroundings, your society and the world? Do you regularly update yourself or not? Are you a laid back person or are you a very active person in with a desire to know more and more? That means checking your desire of knowing more and more. And finally, if you know what is happening around you, then you should also be knowing how they impact your society, your nation and the world at large. And these are the signs of a job fitness of a civil servant, because civil servants should be highly aware of the surroundings and the happenings so that utilize the new initiatives for improvement of the surroundings and implementation, and in case the new things happening which can be negative in nature, how to prevent the damage to the society and the nation. So hence the current affairs become very important. Now, what is the impact? Overall, 35 to 40 questions are impacted by current affairs. So in a paper, around 35 to 40 questions are impacted in the prelims GS paper 1. And this impact can be in different portions or different subjects which are the part of the GS paper 1. Now, when we broadly divide the GS paper 1, there are certain static portions and there are certain dynamic portions. Static portions you all know are mostly history and polity or basic geography. They are static, and here the range of questions are mostly from the theory. But still, there can be certain current affairs which may be impacting also the history or the polity or the geography. So let us see which are the areas which can be impacted by the current affairs at large, both the static portions as well as the dynamic portions. So let's see the static portions. So static portions, for example, when you talk about history. Now history, we all know the major chunk of the questions that will be asked by UPSC will be from the core theory. But there are certain current affairs which can be of what last 12 months, which can be linked with what the new excavations and findings which are published by the Archaeological Survey of India, and the reporting is coming in the newspaper that you commonly read in the Hindu. So hence the excavations of what time period, in which location and which part of the history becomes important can be indicated by this current affairs, and the theory of that time period becomes important because the question can be framed on that. Further, the anniversaries, for example, Birsa Munda anniversary. Again, that portion of modern India becomes again very important in terms of asking questions. Further, cultural events and festivals. That means we are a country about enormous cultures and festivals. So, which are the prominent ones which were in news and which part of history and culture they impact can be asked in the examination. Further, when you talk about polity, and governance, again, most of the questions will be very basic, will be coming from the theory, yes, proper theory of polity and governance. But again, there are certain terms and jargons which are always in use and which can be asked by UPSC in terms of what questions. For example, what are things which are regularly in use like the anticipatory bail, the default bail. Now, for example, you must have heard about parole. So what is parole? Furlough. What is furlough? So all these things which are coming in regular in current affairs, they are not the part of the basic theory book, but they are already in news, so they can be asked by UPSC. For example, 2 years back in 2022, UPSC asked what is police custody and what is judicial custody. So similarly, new terms and jargons, yes, which are regular news can be asked by UPSC. Now, for example, the elections are going to happen, general elections. So various terms which are linked with elections will also be asked or can be asked. Like what is or who is Chief Electoral Officer? Who is District Electoral Officer? Who are the polling agents? These are the basic terms which you should be knowing because they can be asked in terms of general awareness by the UPSC examination. Further, when we talk about geography, again, most of the questions in the geography are again from the static theory or the static portions, but still, there are certain geographical features and locations in news which may be due to maybe a cyclonic activity, earthquakes, tsunami, or a volcano in news. That means where the locations can be asked in the form of current affairs and the basics about the earthquakes, the volcanoes or the tsunamis or the cyclones can also be asked by UPSC. Hence, again giving an indication which are the areas of geography becoming important. Similarly, water bodies that include oceans, that include rivers, tributaries, distributaries become important. Dams in news become important. Again, mineral resources become important. For example, if the report comes that the coal production has declined, so that is a current affairs, but where the coal production happens, which are the coal mines in our country, globally, which are the top coal producers, again, that can be the part of the basic geography and current affairs both. So hence, questions can be asked. Now we talk about economy. Again, most of the economy questions are coming on basic economy, means the basics of economy. That is pure theory. But here, there can be certain current affairs questions which can be influencing the changes in the monetary policy, changes in fiscal policies, various committees being constituted for various purposes linked with economy, further, the new policies in picture. So majorly when you talk about history, polity, and geography and economy, the major chunk of the questions will be from the core theory, but can be influenced by the current affairs in these manner as we have discussed. But besides these, they are purely dynamic portions, dynamic areas where the entire range of questions will be purely based on current affairs. So let's see which are those areas. So these are the dynamic portions. Hence, the questions which are being asked in the environment or the environment questions, they are mostly from the current affairs. For examples, the conventions in news, the meetings in news, the COPs in news, that is conference of parties, and what were their outcomes. Further, the environment related organizations in news, again, the basics as well as what is the current thing. So can be interlinked in terms of asking question. Similarly, reports released by, for example, IPCC report or IUCN reports, again, these can be current affairs and again linked with the basic, what is IPCC and what is IUCN. Then various species comes into news, yes, in the news. So species, so their locations, their habitat, their basic features, okay, which category they belong to, IUCN Red List, okay, Wildlife Protection Act, which schedules they belong to. Again, these are the areas which are being asked by UPSC. So you should be very much aware about all the species in news in last 12 to 15 months. Further, science and technology. So science and technology, the major changes, the major crux of the questions will be only focusing on the current affairs part. So no more basic science questions are being asked. Mostly current affairs questions are being asked, which are technology intensive. So hence, so space science, so new tech initiatives in the space science. So new tech initiatives in the nuclear science. Biotechnology is becoming a very, very important chunk with respect to science and tech questions. Okay, so biotech on various dimensions should be mastered, yes, with respect to current affairs, defense technology. Further, when we talk about international, so international, again, these are the questions in when you talk about international area will be, again be focusing majorly on current affairs. That means the countries or locations and news across the world, countries and location news, you should be knowing the basic about those countries, their neighboring countries, the major water bodies, okay, the major landscape, yes, all these can be asked, yes, all these can be asked. Now global meetings of groups, so groups means G7, G20, maybe OECD, maybe OPEC, or maybe SCO, ASEAN. So whatever the groups are there, what are the meetings, again, the basics about these groups and what is the current stand or the current news linked with them can be in the form of questions. Further, treaties in news, visits and outcomes. So visits means Prime Minister of India visit to various countries or the dignitaries coming to India. Okay, so which locations becomes important. Again, the outcomes of such visits also become important in terms of treaties and agreements. Now all these can be asked. Again, global infrastructure projects, for example, many questions are being asked from BRI, Belt and Road Initiative. Now the world is trying to find a counter to BRI, China BRI, so that is PGII or the Global Gateway. All these current things in news will be the part of the IR portions. So hence you should be very, very good in what identifying those current affairs which are going to be asked in the examination. Now further, now, schemes and the area where the current affairs make an impact are the schemes. So, schemes for last 12 to 15 months become important, and schemes can be ranging to different categories. So, schemes which are purely governance related, schemes which are linked with social upliftment for the women or for the education schemes or the health schemes will become important. Now, the schemes which are purely economic in nature, the schemes which are linked with what environmental conservation. So all these schemes you should be knowing, which are of what last 12 to 15 months. And finally, many of those can be giving you the confidence that you can answer any question which can come on scheme. Further, security and defense. When we talk about security and defense, so defense exercises become important. With which country, what type of exercise, the name of the exercise, which are the partners. Similarly, the weapons in use, aircraft in use, ships in use, submarines in use. Again, the names of submarines, which are our technology partners, which are ultimately helping us, which countries are helping us in what developing these, all these become very important. So where the range of current affairs is very, very huge, impacting 35 to 40 questions in the examination, not only dynamic areas, but can also influence the asking questions in the static questions also. Now, what you're supposed to do? Now, where are the sources? Where are the sources where you can master this entire range of current affairs? So, I will be revealing two important sources where you can master the entire range of current affairs. First of all, what is your basic requirement? The basic requirement is what? Perfect revision and perfect practice. So you require revision as fast as possible and you require practice as fast as possible because the examination is approaching very fast. So how to ultimately master and practice the entire range of current affairs questions of last 1 year and how to revise the entire range of current affairs for the last 12 to 15 months. So let's talk about the practice part first. How to practice more than 1000 plus MCQs. 1000 plus MCQs. Now, the best source that is there available in the market is the Hindu Monthly Quiz. I repeat, the Hindu Monthly Quiz by Shield IAS. It is very, very popular among students. So, monthly this quiz comes comprising of 100 MCQs with proper answers and explanations. Now, if you are doing this regularly for last 1 year, you will be having access to more than 1000 plus questions, wide variety of questions with answers and explanations. Let me show you the glimpse of this monthly current affairs quiz. So this is a monthly current affairs quiz which is very, very popular among the students and they are finding it very easy to read with what proper answers explanation which provide them huge confidence that they are getting connected with what wide range of what possible current affairs questions. Now here's the Hindu monthly quiz. So let's see. This is for the month of January. So January 2024. Now let's see the type of questions. So I was talking about that current affairs are going to impact each and everything in the examination. So let's see. So this question, Tonle Sap Lake is located in which of the following countries? So that means this is location specific questions. Location. Ivory Coast, yes. Sierra Leone, that means which of the following countries does not border Sierra Leone? So Sierra Leone is Gulf of Guinea. So Gulf of Guinea was in use and these are the countries in the Gulf of Guinea. So you should be knowing the location of Gulf of Guinea and you should be knowing the countries present there and which country border which country. Yes. So hence this is again location specific questions. So location. Now with reference to Indian rhinos. So again, this is environment and species related questions. The statements have been given, and again the options are being put in the same manner as UPSC asks: one pair, two pair, three pair. Further, now again wildlife sanctuary, question number 4, again environment question. Now, which of the following countries have launched Smart Lander for Investigating Moon, or SLIM? Yes. Again, this is a science and tech question. That is the space technology, and you should be knowing the global happenings. So this is science and tech, the space technology. Further, now with reference to cervical cancer, consider the following. That means this is linked with health, yes, or health related current affairs. So current affairs. So again, the 4 statements are there, or 3 statements are there. And finally, which of the following are correct? Now, even history questions, Kapuri train, Uttara Merur inscription, all these are from the hints of the last 12 months of the current affairs which are impacting the relevant portions or the respective portions of the history. Further, this is what from the polity. Now, consider following statements about Lok Sabha, polity questions. Now, committees, LM Singhvi committees, JVK Rao committees, these are the committees linked to Panchayati Raj system and what were their recommendations. Now, scheme, MP-led scheme. Now, these are the statements. That means this current affairs quiz of 100 MCQs on monthly basis cover the entire range of things in such a manner that they are going to provide you the maximum confidence that you have gone through wide range of questions with proper answers and explanations. And here not only the answer key is being provided, but proper explanations are being provided, and even the maps and images are being provided wherever they are required. So let's see the answers and explanation part of this. Okay, so that means 100 questions, as I told you, each and every month there are 100 questions. So 100 questions. Now see the answers and explanation part. Yes. So this is the answer explanations. That means a proper map. So Tonle Sap is a lake in the northwest of Cambodia. It belongs to the Mekong River system. It has been designated a biosphere reserve by the UNESCO in 1997. That means not only the answer key, but additional information with each and every answer is also being provided. So this will be adding to your what already existing content, widening the sphere of your content, so that more and more questions can be answered by you with additional information coming in these explanations. Okay, for example, SLIM. So SLIM has been launched by Japan. So the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, ZAZA, announced that a SLIM lander successfully landed on the lunar orbit. It was inserted into elliptical lunar orbit. So hence everything about the SLIM has been explained in detail, yes, so that you can bring out information, additional information for again your upgradation, as well as what in case certain statements which can be of different types being put by UPSC questions, you can answer them very easily. So hence the entire range of the answers and explanations have been given with each and every question. Yes, each and every question. So that means you are getting enormous advantage when you go through this monthly current affairs quiz. Now, if you have missed the hard copies are available in Delhi. If you have missed the hard copies, you are not having all the hard copies. So what you can do, you can download the PDF from the shieldias.in website. Let me show you the website also from where you can download this. So this is the website shieldias.in, and here you are supposed to go to the resources section. So click on the resources section. So when you click on the resources section, you will find what various resources. For example, you can refer to various resources here. It's a very rich website and is containing what enormous resources and the content, so that you can read and master the entire range of examination, both prelims and mains. So there's a monthly quiz. Yes. So this is the monthly magazine. Shield Monthly Current Affairs magazine is there. Foundation books are there. Advanced books, revision books are there. Okay. Then prelims revision books are there. Rapid revision books are there. Question bank is there. Then timetable, yes, for your preparation is there. But we were talking about the Hindu monthly quiz. So when you click on the Hindu monthly quiz, so now when you click on the Hindu monthly quiz, you find what? Yes. The last updated was January. Yes. So January Hindu quiz of 2024, which I was showing you in this video. But here you can download the PDF right from the June 2023. So June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February is about to come, March and April. That means more than 11 months, means more than 1100 MCQs, questions with proper explanations and answers. You can download, revise and get confident with your current affairs preparation. Now, besides this, one more thing is also required. Now, besides this, one more thing is also required. Yes, I was talking about requirement is revision and practice. I already talked about how you are going to practice with more than 1000 questions available with answers and explanation, which you can download and you can practice. But now let's talk about the revision part. Yes. That means we are talking about the examination which is going to happen in May 2024. That means you should be having a fast revision of current affairs right from January 2023. That means more than 15-16 months of current affairs should be revised by you as fast as possible and with full confidence, so that you are able to cover most of the relevant current affairs without losing the sight on the important current affairs and how this can be done. Hence, the next requirement is, what you require is a current affairs revision. Yes, fast current affairs revision, or maybe in the form of proper classes. So hence, I will be bringing a proper current affairs revision classes from what? 1st of April 2024. 1st of April 2024. And this is 1 month of what? Current affairs classes. 1 month current affairs classes in such a manner where it will be covering 15 months of current affairs. That is from what? January 2023. Sorry, January 2023 till March 2024. That is 15 months. So 15 months of current affairs. And the current affairs, okay, impacting all the range of the things, that is the dynamic portions as well as the static portions, current affairs. And that should be delivered in what? Proper classes via Zoom online. Hence, daily classes from 6 to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday, 6 days a week. For example, for the rest of the day, as you are approaching the examination, for the rest of the day, you can revise your entire GS and you can do your CSAT practice. But when you talk about the current affairs, just join me for the 6 to 8 p.m. class, so that I will be making the coverage very easy, and also the range of coverage can be brought within 1 month of your preparation, so that you become master. So there's no requirement of what going through the magazines that you have, because I will also be providing you the filtered what handouts, class handouts. The filtered handouts right from what? January 2023 till March 2024. And those handouts will be in such a manner that you will be able to read them as fast as possible. You will be able to identify which are the important areas. And in the class, I will be also be identifying within the current affairs which are the potential areas which can be asked by the UPSC. So hence, the current affairs revision classes are commencing from 1st April 2024, 1 month of classes, daily classes from 6 to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Mode is online, and these classes will be providing complete coverage of current affairs for students in the class. Yes, January 2023 to March 2024, in the form of simplified class explanations done by me, very simplistic explanations of all the current affairs, that is within the current affairs, which are the important lines to be which are important, which can be asked by UPSC, which are important facts which can be focused on, so that you are able to interpret this better when you see a real question in the examination. Further, all these classes will be having a proper class backup, so that you can see them as many times as possible till the examination. And the crisp handouts will be provided with each and every class for your faster revision. Let me also show you, if you got any query, what is the type of handout that I will be offering. Yes, so that means first let me show you a glimpse of a handout which I will be sharing. So for example, this is a handout on schemes. Now schemes trouble the students more and more, but schemes are very important from the perspective of the examination. Let's see the schemes. For example, the scheme is PM Janman scheme. Now, so many times UPSC asks, the PM Janman scheme has been launched by this particular ministry. And if you are not knowing the relevant ministry or the exact ministry, you will be answering it wrongly. Yes. So here you should be knowing which ministry is linked with which type of scheme. So here the important area is Ministry of Tribal Affairs. So here, so which of the following ministry have launched or has launched PM Janman scheme? And the 4 ministries are being given. And if you are not knowing the exact ministry, you will not be able to answer. So Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Now this scheme is for what? The PVTGs, particularly vulnerable tribal groups, PVTGs. Now who are PVTGs? So again, explanation about PVTGs. So that means demarketing the vulnerable tribal groups started from the Debar Commission of 1973. So again, so Debar Commission becomes additional information. Now, further in 2006, the government of India renamed the PTGs or the primitive tribal groups as PVTGs. So now this was year 2006. Again, this can be put as statement in the question by the examination. Yes, by the examination. Now, and finally, there are how many PVTGs? 75 PVTG communities. This was even asked before that number of PVTGs in India are 75. Unless you know the exact, you will not be able to answer. So information. Further, now, which state has the highest PVTGs? So, Odisha has the highest PVTGs. Again, you will be knowing. Then PM Janman. So, what are the basic features of the scheme? The aims is to provide tribal communities into the mainstream. Bring tribal communities into the mainstream. So, hence, the basic features about the scheme properly mentioned here. Now, then comes Gram Manchitra and the scheme. So, Gram Manchitra, again, Gram. So, Gram means rural. So many times you are not knowing the exact ministry, you will thinking it can be from Ministry of Rural Development. But here, this is the scheme from what? Ministry of Panchayati Raj. So Ministry of Panchayati Raj has launched Gram Manchitra. Manchitra is a map, yes. That means this is what GIS based maps of the rural panchayats. Rural panchayats. Again, the basic features. Further, another thing which is linked with what Gram Manchitra is M Action Soft. Again, this is for rural panchayats only. This is by Ministry of Panchayati Raj only. Or what? Geotagging of the assets of the villages. Assets which are under development. Okay, so this is for the geotagging of that. So, but it looks like what maybe e-commerce thing, M Action Soft. If you are not knowing that this is for the panchayat and the rural development, you will not be able to answer. And again, which ministry? Ministry of Panchayati Raj. So all these will be what provided in the simple handout. So SUVAS. So SUVAS is again from the Supreme Court now. This is an AI enabled translation tool to facilitate regional language use in legal proceedings. We know most of legal proceedings in India have been done in English. That means this is a tool which have been designed and implemented now for translation into regional and local languages. So SUVAS. Again from what? Supreme Court. Earth Ganga project. So hence this is the way that to cover the schemes in a very simplified manner. The n number of schemes are there. So new schemes for MSMEs like MSMEs gift scheme, MSME spice scheme, the features, ramp scheme. This is again for MSMEs. So that means, so schemes become very, very important. Again, if you have got a compilation of all the schemes from what January till what your March, at least March 2024, yes, January 2023-24, and if these are being taught in a very simplified manner, you will be able to remember most of the schemes and can answer most of the questions perfectly. So until now, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe because various informations are now being provided by me through videos. My name is Ritesh Kumar Singh, an ex-civil servant. And all these classes of current affairs will be delivered by me in a very, very simplified manner. So what I was trying to tell you that current affairs forms a very, very important chunk. That is 35 to 40 questions will be influenced by the current affairs or purely current affairs. And for that, there's an entire range of things to be covered. But many times you are not covering your basic current affairs magazine. And finally, when the examination comes near, you get goosebumps and you read the current affairs haphazardly and you are not able to perform well in the examination. So now the time has come to properly synchronize your current affairs mastery preparation. And hence, one thing is practice and one thing is revision. For practice, I've already told you the source is the Hindu monthly quiz. That means more than 1000 questions can be mastered with proper answers and explanations. And for faster revision comes 1 month of current affairs revision classes just before the examination, that is from 1st April till 30th of April. So do join me for the current affairs classes. Now for current affairs classes, let me show you one more thing. For registration and inquiry, you're supposed to contact at this number, that is 703-7272363. And please keep on using this website regularly, www.shieldias.in, because enormous resources are there. Let me show you the website again. So now let me show you the website again. So you are talking about the resources. So monthly current affairs magazine, again the resources there, current affairs quiz, then foundation books you can download, revision books you can download. These are rapid revision books, are the specific 9 prelims specific revision books. All these are the PDF format you can download. So download rapid revision books, download monthly quiz, and you can use this website beautifully and perfectly. So hence, lastly, in a summary, do join me for complete mastery of the current affairs. Now I will be providing current affairs in a very simplified manner, very comprehensive manner, so that you are able to retain most of the things with proper explanation, with proper backups and proper handouts. Now do join me, do join Shield IAS for the current affairs classes starting from about 1st of April. For inquiry, so please contact 703-7272363 and regularly keep on visiting Shield IAS website for more resources for your help. Thank you for participation. Do share the video, subscribe the channel, and share to as many aspirants as possible so that they are also able to get benefit. And please connect with me, Ritesh Kumar Singh. Thank you.